Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to PCM22. It's Classic Puncher, episode 52. Late season now, and we are reaching that point where a lot of riders are seeing their fitness levels drop down a bit, including us. Not far, but far enough. We have a 90% fitness level, and we ended up drawing a -2 on the day, and you can see most of my teammates also have negatives. I am the team leader, and I'm just hanging in there, but I'm already starting to see my maximum fall off with that -3 on my stamina, hurting it a little bit today, but not massively. But with a 64 mountain, I'm struggling to get through. We're in Quebec, and this is the same course that you get for the U.S. National Championship, so for those who have followed the channel for a long time, as every year prior to this one, playing as my actual U.S.-based self that I am for this pro cyclist riders. You're seeing a big split right now, and time to keep up. It's 53 kilometers. It's a little early, I think, for that to succeed, but it's definitely not too early to see multiple splits and only see some of it come back together. So pushing on here. I've got Conrad to protect me. There it is. Now a peloton of 28. 6 riders still off the front, but nearly reeled in. And we still have 3 more laps before we then go into the final run with the climb to the top. One of my teammates looking terribly strong, including the other punchy guy, Ucha Brooks, who's got a -3 today and is on his own. I've had the rest of the team to support me, but it's been fairly limited support. It's been a hard race throughout. It's never been an easy race here, and the front 6 are now, there we go, now it's together, so there's no longer a break as 2 guys try to split off, Pegacher being one of them, so these guys are definitely going for it here, but with 3 laps to go, let's say we could chase it down fairly easily, but we really can't. I've only got Conrad barely hanging in there, and then Hagita. Let's use Conrad for now, and then have Hagita follow me. And it's 24 chasing 2. And Pegacher is definitely starting to pull out a bit of a gap. Gourmet is also out there, but with 34k to go, it's going to be a difficult task for them to stay away with only a small gap. Key is gap staying small. If it suddenly blows out to a minute and a half kind of thing, then yeah, they could absolutely hang on and win this thing. 29k. Beginning the last 2 regular laps before we get into that final run. Well, not beginning the lap. Really? Carapaz opening a gap. Let's not do it this way. I have a feeling this one could be one that they succeed in actually pulling away. So let's get Conrad to work on pulling this thing back. Yeah, it splits again, and then splits some more, and you can see how that group absolutely pulled away a bit, and nobody was ready to pull that back. So Conrad's done. On to Hagita. And those riders are definitely too strong to let go. So this group is going to thin out here in a moment, I have a feeling, but we've got to regain contact. Yeah, we're 40 seconds behind now with Pegacher still out front. But this is taking its toll. Can't push too hard. I think we can ultimately. Carapaz is barely giving me anything here. They've caught Pegacher. We're lapping somebody here that is not one of the front runners. We are going to have to attack and try to go solo and leave this group behind and catch that group. Otherwise, it's race done. So we attack, we leave the group behind. The gap's out to a minute now, so that's not good. Gel up, nearly caught those guys. I've destroyed the group that decide they want to respond. That is lap riders. That's not the group. We are just about in contact, but I also now have nothing left, so I catch them right as I'm almost out of energy. I've caught the front group. Pegacher, Gregoire, Vanderpool, Romo, Alaphilippe, Hershey, Monaquet, And it looks like Romo and I are about to get dropped. They are on the attack, and I'm losing contact. And I've been caught by 3 chasers. They sit up at the front, so hopefully this group can bring us back. Jorgensen, Yolet, go do. And I get dropped again.
And he spurts away from the group. He's going for victory.
We're just going to have to solo ride as fast as we can, which is not very fast with that -2 today. And see if we can't hang on to 11th or 12th here, but I have a feeling we're going to go backwards. So we've got a 30-second advantage over chasers, but some of those guys are coming on quick. Now it's 48, so we might hang on. That's really fast, back down to 28. Hershey takes the win ahead of Gregoire, Monike, Vanderpool. Pogacar hangs on for 5th, and I get 11th. I miss the top 10 by a single position, 1 rider. That group attack, I knew the previous ones were too far too early, though Pogacar, right, ultimately held on for 5th. Just such a strong rider. But then when that other attack came, I knew that that thing had victory written all over it. And it was, outside of Pogacar hanging on. That was the front group. And then from my group, I attacked and then they responded. Without my attack, there is no response. But ultimately, only 4 of those guys survive from that initial group. So I blow that up, but then 4 of those guys end up getting away from me. And I get 11th overall. Looks like I beat 1 of, because, right, there was 6 that had attacked and went away, plus Pogacar, that's 7, plus 4 that attacked and caught up to me. And then I finished 11th, not 12th. Or was I 1 of 4? Was it only 3 guys that caught me? Maybe that's what it was. Either way, the objective was top 20, so we get that. On to Montreal, and similar type situation, except this time, instead of having full team support, which I actually still have a decent amount of team support here, the objective is different, and they want me to get in the break, which I'm kind of thinking to myself, that sounds good enough. Real objective, of course, is to finish in the top 30, and that's harder to do when you spend all day in the break. And getting in the break is difficult because I started from the last row. And even with sneak, I barely made it forward on the first climb. We are wrapping up the first lap here and about to start lap number 2. And you can see, I'm still just into the front third of the field now. And we've already got 5 riders, fortunately not far ahead. So the break has not established very well at this point, and a quick attack could absolutely get me out there, but considering how hard we are chasing those guys down, it doesn't seem like the group that's away right now is the group you necessarily want to be rushing to join. In fact, they are on the verge of getting caught and have been caught, and now the field decides to sit up. This is the time to go, as those 2 riders have gotten already a minute away, and just before the top, we escape with 2 riders just behind me, Housen and Camargo. And if the 3 of us can escape rather quickly... Oh, and then I crash coming around the corner. Boy, I'm down for a long time, too. Back up and riding just off the back of the peloton, so from ahead of it to behind it. Still on the attack, but let's go ahead and just make contact and then make our way forward. It looks like today the objective is about to change. I think by the time we get up there, that breakaway is going to be long gone, and therefore we're going to have to focus on that top 30. I'm going 90 effort and going backwards. Jeez. I don't want to go 90 effort, though. Let's get forward in time. Sneak is available again, I guess. 67 mountain today, 78 hills. Sprint is normal, 80 flat. Stamina's got a little boost at an 82. But we are having a rough start to the day, from starting in the back to resetting to the back. And now it's, those 2 riders are too far away. That's going to be it. 2-man break. So we're going to have to settle in once we get to the front, and then just speed things along, and now focus on a top 30 finish, because 3-minute advantage is not going to get covered off. and especially the way the field is chasing every single attack, besides the one that contains just 2 riders. They were happy to let 2 get away. We were the ones who started the next attack, but again, that chase continued on until they caught not myself, but the other 2 that attacked with me, like Howson and the other guy. When they were pulled back, that was when they sat up. I could have put an end to our season, which would have put an end to the series, since we are wrapping up at the end of the season. Could have been over just like that. Attacking and sliding through the corner, as Hikita does the same thing that I did. Godu caught up in that crash as well. He is easily one of the favorites today. A lot of the same riders that we just had 2 days ago in Quebec. And we are now on our 6th climb of the day. It's the same climb, of course, every time. And we have 11 more times to go through it. So 17 laps overall, and I go down a second time, completely on my own. Ay. Aaron Bardet should be working harder than this to get back up there, but don't seem to be overly interested in pulling our way onto the back of the field. I want to have somebody drop back to give me some support. We've got some decent teammates here. We're back in contact. 3rd time resetting to the back. Boy, we are having a day. See him very much to the back still, even with that 84 effort. Another crash. No favorites this time involved. Let's go ahead and get some support while we're at it. And that is 8 of 17 laps complete, and we finally make it to the front and can sit up. Those 2 riders have a 2.5 minute advantage. Hindley, surprisingly, is doing the work. It's a leader for you. Team leader actually willing to do work on a day that he is not a favorite. Feeling the climb, and definitely feeling the effort of going through the peloton, not once, not twice, but 3 times from back to front. And my maximum's already just starting, or about to start, inching itself away. So even though we have good stamina, which means it's not going to degrade rather rapidly. I mean, we'll keep a fairly high maximum, but dipping into it is still dipping into it, and it is going to be hard to recover on these descents when the maximum's less. And with a mountain of 67, it's going to be harder as well. We have a small break here, small attack that happened just ahead of me. Aliotti has tried to go with it, but he is not making it. Or has he succeeded? He has. He's made contact, but it looks like the group's just about back in contact. And are 153 now, back together, and a single rider left off the front instead of 2, and that is Risa Beek. Apparently Schelling is the bigger favorite than I am. So he's trying to give me orders the moment we had a temporary split in the field. We're down to 5 of 17 laps. That's Hindley leading the way, not protecting me. I lost my protector. Let's go ahead and get Hikita back up here. And Conrad still coming with water. This would be the last time. And there he goes. He comes on through. Let's go ahead and get these guys up here with us. Gita's ratings these days, yeah, still a pretty strong climber, but definitely not elite.
Oh, the list of those left behind goes on
why I'm picked as a favorite, not him. I don't know. He's stronger.
It looks like the pack has bitten the
Another fall.
collectively, but the riders would seem to be okay to carry
One rider off the front. Reese book.
Somebody's taking
It's
a
15
tumble
seconds
in the main
ahead.
bunch.
40k to go.
The escapees have surrendered.
Another crash.
The pack gave them no chance.
And no longer any break. We're also going to start upping the effort a little bit more
They're moving along
for
in
the
a big
climbs.
race.
Start using my hill rating a little bit. Ooh, good timing for that, as you can see, a big acceleration this time. And that's a small break getting established. We're down to 2 circuits. Well, once we get to the bottom anyway.
The pack has just reeled in the escape group.
Down to 110 in the peloton, and I've lost all team support. I'm now totally on my own for the ending. That's great. I love how the game decides to do that. You're a leader. No, you're not.
Up the pace.
Just kidding.
There's a faller in the pack. A rider is flat on the road.
Here she goes into the attack.
The pace is so high that a few
All right,
riders are
over
gonna
the
be
top.
very
We're going to be in
sorry
good
to
shape
say.
for the final climb. And it should be right near the front. We're down to 29 in the peloton for now. 2 riders off the front, Gregoire and Hershey,
The little promenade
but they
is
are
over.
caught.
The group has been
There's that last false flat. We'll have to hit that one more time on the way to the finish line. And we'll be hitting that climb relatively soon. We want to be near the front, and we are fairly near the front, but you can see this huge acceleration right now going on. Really taking its toll. A lot of riders are struggling through this little part as we go through the flat. 14k to go. Now we're up to a 95 because we want to be up to the front. 75 riders left.
Oh, a rider has taken a tumble.
And Jorgensen on the attack.
Attack with the finishing line within reach. It's a puncture.
Aliotti with the puncture. Backing off a little bit. Let the others kind of come through and lead the chase to get Jorgensen. Though that's Vermark trying to go with him. That's teammate. No, it's not teammates. It's DSM and Movistar. Just same color. And I've got a front 12. Front 13 now. And we have that little uphill. We don't have much left in the tank here, but we have that little uphill coming, and it's right here. 39. Can't see what's going on with that. Okay, and we are set for a final run in. We are not dropped. We are able to sprint, but it's going to depend on the red bar. 6k to go.
Go all the way. 5 kilometers remaining.
Huge attack right now. Follow Gregoire. .5. Again, they try to attack. We've moved forward 2 positions. There's only 11 of us left here. 3.4k. I'm going to have to follow Gregoire because I can't really get forward with this much red bar. I'm going to have to rely on the fact that I can outsprint at least some of these guys. But from 2.4 and this far back in the line, it's going to be tough. Can we get up behind Hershey instead? 2k. 1.3. There's a right-hand turn, so at least we can rely on that for not taking our energy, and then sprinting coming out. Another right-hand turn, and to the finish line, and we're going to make our way through the field just a little bit. Schelling is still here. He was the other leader. And Gourmet takes a win ahead of Vanderpool. Does get third. Oh, 6th! Schelling beats me by half a wheel. He gets 3rd, and I get 6th. I was pretty sure that I had passed Tollett and Hershey, but clearly not. It's only 6th. And then, you know, like a full bike length to Nielsen Palace behind. So, half a wheel from the podium, and then I don't even get top 5. Team objective was 30th, though. the guy that everybody else ended up riding for, not me, Schelling, beats me by half a wheel. On to the Marco Pantani race, and there's only 5 riders at the front with 1 rider in the no man's land in between, and they do not have a sizable lead, and mostly thanks to myself. I've been putting in the kilometers at the front as a teammate. My assignment is done. I've already got the exceptional status, 34k out of the 25 necessary, so max points coming as a teammate today, and with a +4 race day condition, still got a chance of getting a decent result here. There's really only the 1 climb left, and then a short little hill just after, and then it's flat finish. No team support, so I won't get a lead out, and that always makes it much harder, but we'll try to follow somebody who will be near the front and set ourselves up as we go through the last climb here. Pace definitely increasing as we go along, but we didn't have to go very deep, and we're still near the front, so we're in good shape. Now inside 60k to go, so Coke, who's getting water, that'll be the last time we need it. So that'll be good once that's done. We are definitely below our maximum now, but we are comfortably in the front end of the field. And I've seen a few guys trying to do a late attack, but there's the water taken care of. And again, with high stamina, 86 stamina, 83 resistance today, I'm staying strong. I will be fit, well fit for the finish today, but without team support, we'll find out just how high I can actually finish. 20k to go. Just 20 riders now at the front. We have split the field. We have 22 riders. Okay, back together a little bit as we rounded those corners. A group gained contact, but we are seeing, a very, very aggressive front end of the field here. That is seeing us well positioned, and 11k. Oh, hey. This group is sitting up, and we're seeing guys attack. And sneak attack. Now there's a response. Still a front 5 out here. Oh, we almost bridged the gap, but not quite. But this 13. There you go. We'll hang on to the back. Now it's a front 18 with 7k to go. As long as we recover some red bar, we are still in good shape. But we're seeing another attack and another whole let's just sit here and do absolutely nothing. And Holgard was the cause of that. But now that it's separated, now he decides he's going to ride. So we're going to follow our teammate. 5k to go. Now we're starting to look at either you're going to be at the back end. It won't even let me follow any of these guys. We're just going to be at the back end and miss out entirely on the front end of the field. Or we push to be at the front end of the field and then have literally no sprint for the finish. And that's, I think, where we're stuck right now. 24 riders left. Are these lapped guys, or is that still the front of the field? 1.9k. Sprint from now. We have yellow bar to sprint, we just have no red bar, which means we are going to go backwards. We're going to be lucky to finish in the top 10 here, but anybody is lucky to have any red bar left. However, there were groups that went together, and we kept trying to follow, and it wouldn't follow. So there's that constant frustration of this game. Just missed top 15 too, so 16th place. That race sucked. That race sucked. We kept trying to follow it. It just wouldn't follow. And without team support, there was no lead out trying to stop that kind of crap. And that's Pro Cyclist mode is so tough without team support. Expert mode is so tough without team support. On your own. That's what you're up against. You're up against that entire field always wanting to attack you, and you can't just follow. You end up having to attack to chase. You end up having to attack. You burn up your own red bar and have nothing left at the end. All of that was in a fight just to be in the group. and where we had tons of energy, we had nothing left for the sprint, so we just went backwards. But it's still a decent 3 days, and we did get a level up, and we were pushing on towards the later stage of the season. Well, the very late stage of the season. We're almost there now, folks. Couple episodes, maybe 3 to go. That's going to do it for this one, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.